Hello everyone, this is Nagarajan. In today's technical session, we're going to learn how to play around with broken link validations. As part of automation, link validation is also one of the important use cases to automate. Assume if a developer makes a code change on some set of links on a web page, then we are supposed to validate all the links on that particular web page. If the changes are made on a website, then that's all. That's even very worse. There could be n number of links present on a website. It's very difficult to test all the changes manually. To overcome all these problems, I've created a test script which performs the broken link validation and generates a test reports with the clear response codes. So during the regression testing, this kind of a script will be very helpful to perform the link validation very easily. Let's get started right away. I've created this class, a broken link validation test. Here are the set of public variables declared for a file object, file input stream, property file object, hash map, and a logger object. This class basically extends a test-based class which acquires the properties of this particular class. Just nothing. Technically speaking, I'll have to say something like that. Here we have the WebDriver variable, and inside the @before suite, we are just setting up the Chrome driver using WebDriver manager. That's it. And we are creating the instance of the Chrome driver. We are maximizing the window. It's just a small piece of code snippets, but this gives the life to the driver. Okay, let me move back. Let's jump directly into the @before test annotation. This gets triggered before the first test, here. Okay, inside this method file setup, we are calling up the load property file method. This takes up the parameter links config. In my earlier videos, we talked about this method load property file numerous times. We are just creating a file object that is being passed inside file input string. And we are creating the object for this property class. We are loading up the property with the file object using prop.load method. That's it. Let me move on to our test annotation. I've created two different approaches here. One is with verified link status 1, other one is with verified link status 2. This does not hold any data provider, something like this. Look at here. It's just a plain test. Okay. Using driver.get, we are just hitting the URL, and the URL value is being fetched from the property file using prop.get property of link. Let me open up the property file, links configured property. Here we are having two different values. One is with the link and one is with the timeout value. Here we have only one link, selenium.dev/support. Here is the web list that fetches all the links using driver.find elements of by.tag name. Okay, using this for loop, we are just iterating over each link, and get attribute of href helps us to fetch the valid links. And we have a if condition here. This is to ignore the null and invalid values. Once this if condition satisfies, we're just calling the log http URL response method. Okay, else it indicates the invalid link. Let's deep dive into log http URL response method. This method does the trick to get the actual response of all the links. Listen carefully. We are just creating an instance for this URL class. Okay, using this URL object, we are just opening up the HTTP connections. Connection timeout is being set here. This value is coming from the property file, as we have seen already. Here, this timeout value. And we are establishing the connection using connect method. Get response code gives the actual response of the URL. I've written a switch case here. Okay, if the response code is 200, then we are placing the response inside the hash map. Something like this: map link response.put variant link comma response. Using extend report utility, we are just logging the status as pass with the response. Likewise, other response codes are being checked with the different combinations: 301, 403, 404, 429, 500, 504. Finally, we are iterating over the hash map response using for each, and we are logging the response for each link. Something like this. If there are any exceptions, that will be caught inside the catch block. Let me brief it what we have seen so far. We are just hitting the URL and fetching all the accept links. Those fetched links are being passed inside this method log HTTP URL response. Finally, we receive all the response code for all the links. At the end, we are just printing the links with the response code. That's it. Let's see the second approach now. Verify link status 2. Let me first show you the config file as well as the JSON file. Let me open up the JSON file. In this config file, we have only one link. Okay, selenium.dev/support. Whereas in JSON file, we have 3 more links. So links test is an array. So on each index, we have different links. First index takes support, second index takes about, and the last index talks about the project. Using Git links data provider, we are just fetching all the links from this JSON file, links data.json. Okay. And this method takes up the parameter hash map. Other logic remains the same as verify link status 1. Let me also show you the Git links data provider. It returns a 2-dimensional object array. Get JSON data that fetches the data from the JSON file. To know more about this method, you can refer my previously posted video. This session is mainly for broken link validation. I don't want to talk more about on other concepts. And inside the after test, we're just coding the driver. That's it. It's time to trigger the test execution. Let's see the execution for both approaches. I mean the 2 approaches. Let me enable the first start test. Let me change it to true. Test execution started. Single URL is being invoked and the logs are being captured on the console. Let's wait for some time. Let it execute. This would take some time. You could see here it is printing all the valid links and the invalid links as well with the different status. Now the test execution is completed. I hope it has generated the report here inside this report folder. Yeah, the report is being generated. Let me open up the report. See here, it is showing all the links with the response codes. Okay, all the links. See, there are some failures here. So that is why the status being reported as failed. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll trigger the second approach, the second attest. Let me now change the second attest as true. Okay, and make this as false. Okay. I've triggered the test suite. Let's wait. It is now going to invoke 3 URLs. Okay, one by one. The first one is being started here, selenium.dev/support. Okay, I think the logs are being captured here. Okay, let's wait. Still the execution is going. Now it has started with about. And the last one is to with project. Let's see. Yeah, the project URL is being invoked. Let me move back to Eclipse. All the logs are being captured here. Yes, the test execution is done. See, we have not used any assertion here. That is why it is showing all the 3 tests as being passed here. Okay, so without assertion, we are just logging the report. Okay, let me open up the report. See, for 3 different links, right? It is showing up the links with the status codes. See how cool it is. Since there are some failures on each link, it is showing as fail. With this, I'm done for today. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to note down the dependencies. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.